Hello friends, welcome back. In this lesson, we will see what are variables and constants. Variables are the data names which are used to store the data values. In C programming, there are different types of variables, such as integer, character, float, So these variables are used according to the needs of the program. Now you can see here is a calculator application in Windows. Now I'm going to add two values here. Just observe the example carefully. Here I'm going to add 5 plus 8 equal to 13. Now you observe the example carefully. When I click 5, it displays the value 5 here, and after plus it is still there, but when I hit 8, then the 5 goes away and still we get the proper results. So how this magic happens? There is nothing magic. This previous value which is gone away was stored inside a variable, which was designed by the programmer of this calculator application. So here I think you can get the basic understanding of variables are used to store the data values. We stored that value to that variable, or in other words you can also say that variables are used to store the space inside the computer's memory or RAM to hold the data values. Whenever you type in password inside the Facebook, where that password goes actually. That password is actually held by a variable until you hit the login key, and further that values are passed to the server to check the password. In this manner the variables are used. And what is constant? Constant is a value which cannot be changed during the program execution. Let's see the example practically. Here I am going to declare a variable integer a and going to assign it a value 100 and clear the screen with clear screen function, and going to print this value which we are assigned to the output screen. Here what happens when I declare a variable? Here I declare a variable as integer int a. When I declare this variable, the compiler reserves the space inside a computer's memory for variable a, and after that I uses here equal sign, that is assignment operator. With the help of this operator, it applies the value to that location or store the value 100 to that location. At the third line, when the program control reaches to the third line, here it clears the screen, and at the fourth line it goes to the printf function, and here you can see what this function is doing here. Here is an a variable, it is a %d, it is a format specifiers. Format specifiers are used to read the value from a memory location and displaying it to the output due to printf function. Format specifiers are used to read the values from a memory location or to store the value at a memory location. So here due to printf function we can view the output. So let's compile it and run it, and you can see it displays the output 100. In this manner we declare a variable int, stores a value 100, that is the constant. It is called as the constant, and a and 100 both are called as the operand, and the assignment operator is called as the operator, and this value is not changed during the program execution. Due to that, this value is called as the constant value. If suppose we run the program and we got an output different from this value, then we cannot call it as a constant value. We got the same output that we are watching here. Due to that, this is called as the constant value. So let's summarize what we have learned. A variable is a data name which is used to store the data value. There are many types of variables are available in C, such as integer, character, float. Now in this example we use integer because we want to store an integer value from 0 to 10 or 0 to anywhere. We can store any value to that integer variable. There is a particular range for integer, but we will see that later. But currently you just remember only the thing that integer can store only integer values. Character, it is used to store character value, and float, when you want to store floating point values inside your program, then at that moment you have to use the float variable. Here is an example. As we see in example, the data type and the variable name. It is the syntax to declare any variable. Whenever you want to declare any variable, you have to declare those variables as like this: data type and variable name, like int a, float employee salary, or char student roll number. Whenever we require a float, when you know that your results are going to come in floating point, at such moments you need to declare that variable as a float. Okay, there are certain rules to declare a variable. It must be start with a letter or underscore. As we declare the variable a in the example, but you cannot declare the variable as 1 or 2, nothing. You have to declare, you have to start the declaration with the word or an underscore, and after underscore you have to continually type the word. It should not be a keyword. Okay, there are 32 keywords available in C. You cannot use any keyword as a variable name. No blank spaces are allowed within variable name, and no special symbol is allowed inside a variable name. Okay, there are certain special symbols such as @ hash, $, modulus operator, and much more. These special symbols are not allowed inside the variable name. And finally, what is constant? Again repeating here, a constant is a value which cannot be changed during the program execution. And here is an example of constant is a is equal to 12. Here 12 is a constant, and it is the syntax for declaring the variable. Here this procedure is also called as the assigning the value to the variable where it is declared.